सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यानस्मद्गुरुं सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। यत्साक्षात् सच्चिदानन्दं प्रत्यगद्वयं तन्नमामि यस्य योगिगम्यं परं पदम् अनिलाग्न्यब्धरित्र्यन्तं स्रक्फणीयोद्गते यतः दुहान्तच्छिदेनमस्तस्मै हरये बुद्धिसाक्षिणे श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। So we looked at the 59th verse, which said what? मृस्नेबके यथे भत्वं शिशुरध्यस्य वल्गति अध्यस्य आत्मनि देहादीन मूढस्तद्वद् विचेष्टते. Just like, second, see the screen. Not working. Let's see. So what do we have here? So mृष्णीबके यथेभत्वं शिशु अध्यस्य. Just like a kid would see, something having the status of, elephant. So one would see it as an elephant if it is in the shape of the elephant, like the clay elephant. Similarly, dehadin atmani adhyasya mudaha. So one who is dull-witted, ajnani, one who does not have atmajnana, he would what? He would superimpose dehadi onto the atma, one's own swarupa, and thereby what? Adhyasya atmani. Just like the shishu valgati, this fellow vicheshtate tadvata. Ajnani also does all karma. Similarly. So now here, Purvapakshi asks, are you saying that there is never jnana karma samuchaya possible? So the Siddhanti says no. In some cases where jnana karma samuchaya is possible, there, nobody can change it. It's a fact. So Purvapakshi is interested now. Oh, are there such cases? Oh, then you agree. Then this will also be like such a case where karma and jnana samuchaya will lead to moksha. So why not so? Thereby, Siddhanti answers now. So he says, Nacha vayam jnana karmano sarvatra samuchayam pratyachakshame. But what? Somewhere we agree. Yatra prayujya prayojaka bhavaha jnana karmano tatra nasmat pitrapi shakyate nivarayatum. So nobody can counter such a thing where jnana and karma go together. If it's factual, there is a possibility, nobody can change it. So to this, the Purvapakshi question is, okay, so what are those cases? तत्र विभागप्रदर्शनाय उदाहरणं प्रदर्श्यते. Where is the samuchaya possible, where it is not possible between karma and jnana? This is the question. So, Purva Pakshi has some hope now. If at all you categorize and say in category A, jnana karma samuchaya is not possible, and you say category B, there jnana karma samuchaya is possible, then Purva Pakshi would say, okay, then ours is category B. Jnana karma samuchaya is possible in category B because we have been following. This leads to moksha. This is his idea. So Siddhanta is drawing him in, says that there are only two possibilities, category A or category B. Now, if you agree that it is in category B, we'll say yes, that is what you have been saying. Meaning, Purva Pakshi is being drawn in with some hope. Not really, it's not a chala. Why? Because there is only one case where such samuchaya is possible between jnana and karma. When it is bhranti area, otherwise it is not possible. This is what he is going to say. So Tatra Vibhaga was introduced by the Tikakara. We'll just look at that Pankti also. Because it ended with what? न केनापि तयोः समुच्चय वारयितुं शक्यते इत्यर्थः. Where there is nimitta naimittika bhava. Prayojya prayojaka bhava is equal to nimitta naimittika bhava. So where one is nimitta, the other is naimittika. Hetu hetumad bhava is there, one leading to the other. One becomes nimitta to the other, naimittika. There, both are there. One leads to the other, one is existent. Second is also karya karana bhava is there. Then such samuchaya is possible. Na kenapi tayoho samuchaya varayitum shakyate ityartha. Now the question is, kutra tarhi jnana karmano prayojya prayojaka bhava kutra so nasti? Kutra so prayojya prayojaka bhava nasti? Where is it that jnana and karma go together, where they don't go together? To this, the Siddhanti answers, Tatra Vibhaga Pradharshana. We'll show. Hold on, we'll show. Tatra Vibhaga Pradharshana Udaharanam Pradarshati. He says, first we'll give an example. In the example case, if you understand that, then you can just move it and have Atidesha in the exemplified. Just like this example is your case, if you agree, then we say yes, samuchaya is possible. So here, the shloka, 68th shloka is Stanum choradhyalaya bhito yadvat palayate buddhya divistathatmanam bhrantodhyaropya cheshtate. Stanum choradhya alaya bhitah yadvat palayate बुद्ध्यादिभिः तथा आत्मानं भ्रान्तः अध्यारोप्य चेष्टते. So here the example is what? This is your category B, where there is samuchaya possible. First he gives this category B, where samuchaya is possible. He says yadvat, just like what? Yadvat stanum choradhya alaya. Taking the stanu, the stump, generally what you see a dried tree, which does not have much leaves, and it is in a shape, it has, it has the same height as, more or less the same height as a human being, or can be a slightly larger one also, mostly dried. And the branches also, they look like hands. Branches look like hands. And it's dried. There are not many leaves, so you can't see something else is there. At the top, there may be some leaves which looks like hair. So from a distance, it looks like a human being standing, waiting for you. So it's scary at times when it is generally the fear is within, and then you are all alone, and it is dimly lit. So, and you have not seen it clearly also from the corner of your eye. Then stanu choradhiya. So, with the buddhi of chora, oh, this is a chora, this is a thief. Alaya, having taken the tree or the stump or post or something as a human being who is a thief. Because at that time, you know that you are just returning home or whatever. What is the other person doing? Why is he following you? So you have such ideas are there, and thereby what? Bhitaha palayate. So yatha yadvat yatha bhitaha. How bhita? What is the hetu? So we'll say so bhita cannot go earlier because it is after this alaya lyabanta. So twa takes the replacement of lep pratyaya, and it needs two kriyas. So first kriya has to go first because it is the first kriya. So the earlier kriya, after which there is bhitaha palayate. So palayanam is the second kriya. Thereby, bhita should stay here. Yadvat stanum choradhya alaya yadvat bhitaha palayate. Similarly, tadvat what? Tatha, or instead of tadvat, tatha has been used. We saw last time yatha tatha or yadvat tadvat, or you can cross yadvat tatha or yatha tadvat. So here yadvat and then tatha. So yadvat means yatha. Buddhyadivi tatha buddhyadivi atmanam bhrantah adhyaropya chestate. So adhyaropya, we'll say buddhyadivi atmanam aropya. Having superimposed the Atma with what? Buddhyadi. So with the Buddhi Ahankaradi. Buddhi here is Ahankaradi, everything. Vijnanamaya Kosha outwards. Anandamaya Kosha is already superimposed because that is the avidya. Anandamaya Kosha is ajnana. So here he says Buddhyadibihi tatha Buddhyadibihi Atmanam adhyaropya esha. That is the hetu. Vesha bhranta san चेष्टते कर्मणि चेष्टते इत्यर्थ. Each and every laukika vaidika karmani cheshtate. So there is adhyaropya, there is a tippana. What does he say? Buddhyadibhi tatha atmanam adhyaropya atmanam buddhyadi buddhyadya adyavedena buddhyadyavedena buddhyadi abhedena buddhyadi abhedena jnatva. So adhyaropya is what? Tadatmya sambandha. Abhedena jnatva tadatmya sambandhena. Tadatmya sambandha is no real sambandha. Adhyasika tadatmya sambandha. Sambandha is between two. There is no second here. In fact, there is no second. See, if you say there is a tadatmya sambandha between the Rajju and Sarpa, there is no tadatmya sambandha between Rajju and Sarpa. Sarpa is not there at all. So it's a adhyasika tadatmya sambandha. When the Sharira itself is mithya, where can the sambandha be real or mithya? Possibility of sambandha is not there really. Sambandha is between two. Between the real and unreal or real and mithya, there can be no sambandha. So to, move ahead with the discussion inquiry, we accept, which is called as adhyarupasthaniya. And then there is an apvada in the Shastra. So this is adhyarupasthaniya. Even the sambandha is adhyarupita only. That is tadatmya. So atmanam buddhyadyabhedena jnatva prakrutyadivihi upasankhyanam iti abhede tritiya iti bhavaha. So there is a vartika there. Prakrutyadibhya upasankhyanam. So this also should be counted. So there is some kind of a tritiya here. Tritiya is in the case of abheda. Abhede tritiya. So he's quoting a Vyakarana Sutra Vartika for this meaning. How do you get abheda in tritiya? Why is it not saha tritiya? So when you say adhyaropya, it is not adhyaropya and saha. Saha adhyaropya. There is no saha adhyaropya. Adhyaropya means onto that there is non-differentiation. After putting it on this, meaning there is no putting it, there is no layering really. Adhyaropana, superimposition is not layering really. Sarpa is not superimposed on Rajju. Although we do say it. We say what? So Sarpa is superimposed on Rajju. It is not superimposed on Rajju. When you superimpose something on the other should be known. Adhisthana is not known here. Idam Amsha is known. Rajju, Idam Amsha is on which there is a superimposition. There is no layering like that. Rajju is also there on that, Sarpa is there. That's not the case. We don't see Rajju and Sarpa. Only Sarpa is seen. So what does it really mean? Seeing Sarpa in the place of Rajju, instead of the Rajju, not along with the Rajju. So how do you say this Tritiya? How do you state this Tritiya? This Tritiya is Abheda Tritiya. In Abhedartha. So what is the Pramana Abheda Tritiya? In fact, I remember this. I had asked one Swamiji when I was studying. Somebody had used it. Some Swamiji, great scholar, on the mailing list, he has used this. I said that Kidrishi Tritiya. Yesha Kidrishi Tritiya. He said Abheda Tritiya. So I asked him, oh, what is the Pramana for this Abheda Tritiya? So he gave, so my study was, even now itself is less. So that time Vyakarana study was much, I mean, hardly anything. But I was interested to know. So he said, Abhede Tritya. Abhede, we use a lot of this Abhede, like Raho Shirovat Shashti, we use that. I didn't know Abhede Tritya then. So Itham Bhute, so such Trityas are there. Tritya is also vast that way, and meanings are tricky. Adverbial mean Kriya Visheshana. All these meanings are there in Tritiya. So Abheda Tritiya was new to hear, at least that phrase was new. So I was not sure. So here Prakrutyadivi Upasankhyanam. He said there is some Vartika. I don't remember him having mentioned some Vartika, but he mentioned that there is Abheda Tritiya. So this is the Vartika which says that there is a Abheda Tritiya used here, and thereby it is not Saha Tritiya. Sukortha, here he says Tadatmya Sambandha Ityartha. So here Adhyaropya Cheshtate. That is the Adhyaropana is not one with the other. It is one instead of the other. And here Abheda also, we have to understand Abheda also. Abheda between two is being mentioned, but there is no second. So mirage water instead of the desert, right? Desert land. Instead of the desert land. It is not that you see water. Of course, you will see that below the mirage water, had it not been mirage water, had it been real water, it is not resting on nothing. It is resting on the bhumi. So the desert, which runs deeper, from the land that you are seeing, there is a base for that lake or whatever water body is there. Thereby, the assumption is that there is some superimposition below or on the Adhisthana below, which is the desert land. On that, there is a superimposition that may work. But here, Abheda, for the Abheda, second entity is not really there. So here, because Chora is not really there, there is a Abheda between Chora and Sthanu. That is the example. But there is no possibility. That's why Chora Dhiya Alaya, having taken it with the Chora Buddhi, there is no Chora. There is a Chora Buddhi. That Chora Buddhi is Bhranti. So Bhrantya ityartha. That's why in the exemplified Bhranta Shabda has been used. So Adhyaropya means Bhrantya. Bhrantya Adhyaropya. There is no second, and it is superimposed as though there is a second, and superimposed meaning there is a Tadatmya Sambandha, Abheda, and for Abheda you need a second entity to make Abheda. There was never a second entity. In fact, that's why the word Abheda, not what? Not Aikya. Abheda means there was never Bheda. But Aikya means what? There is a second and you are making Aikya. That may be a misunderstanding. One can think that, oh, there is a second entity and now it is Eki Kritya, having made one. No, not having made one. There is no second entity. Therefore, what? It is Adhyaropya, Abheda. So, Buddhyadivi tatha Atmanam Buddhyadivihi Adhyaropya. Or Buddhyadivi Atmanam Adhyaropya. Although in English we'll say with buddhi, one, superimposes. Then what? Bhranta san, being bhranta, being deluded, cheshtate, goes around doing his activity. Now, here it has been mentioned as to every activity is taking oneself as connected with buddhi ityadi, and then by connection then becoming one as though, then cheshtate. So specifically it has not been mentioned that karma, but cheshtate means what? Cheshta is karma. When Laukika karma itself is like that, what about Vaidika? Vaidika is also because Laukika karma is involved in studying Vaidika karma, then doing Vaidika karma. So Laukika karma is a larger set, Vyapaka. Vaidika karma is, meaning all karma. I should not say Laukika karma. Laukika karma, Vaidika karma, both are karma. And karma is what? Cheshta. So Cheshtatvam is Vyapaka dharma, meaning it is in more places. It is vaster than the Vaidika karma. Vaidika karma is one part of Cheshta. So Cheshta is larger than Vaidika karma, Cheshta Rupa karma. Thereby, when you say Cheshta itself is due to Bhranti, then Vaidika karma being part of Cheshta, that is also Bhranti. Indirectly, it has been mentioned, not specifically pointed out, but this has come up earlier. Right? So now, Tatra Vibhaga is done, then Evamiti. Now, this 60th verse is over. Over in sense, in the shloka, it is over. Tikakara says, okay, now this Purva Pakshi has brought up what question? Yadeva vidya karoti jnatva karmani kurvita ityadau api ayameva nyaya iti atidishati. What he has said, Yadeva vidya karoti tad viravattaram bhavet. I think not Balavat, I think last time I mentioned Viravattaram. So similarly, basically phala is more. Do you agree that with jnana, if some karma is done, the phala is more? Siddhanti cannot say no. He says, yes, phala is more. I have seen the Shruti. Then in that case, what is the nirnaya taken by you? You are talking about Chauradiya and all that cheshta. What about that Shruti which says Yadev Vidya Karoti Jnana Karma Samuchaya? Is it category A or category B? Jnatva Karmani Kurvita, having known how to do karma, then you go in, Otherwise, disaster, any karma, you just start doing it. Learning on the job. Learning on the job is something which is simple. Where something else, there no, it is not something which is going to affect you or others. There, learning on the job is okay. Or somebody shows learning on the job means what? See, learning on the job also, what does it mean? Nobody is training you. You just tag along, you watch and then learn. It is not that you are sent alone and first day you start doing something, you don't even know what is what and then start off. That's a sure shot formula for disaster. Here, this is Nyatva Karmani Kurvita. Vaidika Karma, you cannot just say, oh, I have seen something over it. Hey, you just light a fire, they throw something and then utter something. You do that also. There are many people who do that. So earlier it was said what? Bhasmani Ahuti Yata. Just like you throw, ahuti, you put ahuti, offer ahuti unto bhasma. Similarly, the case of those yagas. But here it is not that case. Karmakandi knows this. He says, Nyatva karmani kurvita. One should know how to do karma and then do karma. This is the case of the Purvamimamsakas darshana. So what about that? Ityadu api ayam eva nyayaha. Siddhanti says, this is exactly what is happening there also. That's why I said cheshta, broader term. Ayam eva nyaya. Ayam eva which nyaya? The 60th this nyaya. So actually, 60th verse also, I think there is no, I thought it is 60th verse. So the 60th verse is over. There is no, the 60th verse, there is no Sambandhokti and the verse. That's all it is. So generally, that's what it is. I got a little confused because of working on Bhashya Tika. Generally, after the mantra or the shloka, there is Bhashya also. So here, that is a different case, right? Here, there's only Sambandhokti. Meaning, in the Bhashya comparison, there is only Sangati Bhashya. What is called as Sangati Bhashya. That is called as Sambandhokti here. So after the shloka, there will be nothing. There may be earlier to shloka some narrative leading to that shloka, but here there won't be any tag along. All that is the job of the Tikakara. So Tikakara has also ended the 60th verse. So this is an introduction to the 61st verse. Yadev vidya karoti jnatva karmani kurvita ityadau api ayameva nyayaha iti atideshati. Atidesha. Using the example, you show the exemplified. Or in Vyakarana, what is atidesha? Something is applicable to an area which is expanded to the other areas. So you can take it that Laukika karma has been explained and it is expanded to Vaidika karma. There Atidesha would work. Here, though it is, example has been given, right? Stanum choradhiya alaya bhito yadvat palayate, and then tatha has been said. So exemplified is also covered. In that category, if Vaidika karma is there, then it is done. There is nothing more to do. But that is not understood. Therefore, he says, okay, you understand this chesta, Laukika chesta, do you understand? Okay. Now, Vaidika chesta is also like that. Right? So, this is Atidesha. Atirishati evamiti. Atirishati means what? Desha, and there is Atidesha. You cross over that desha. You have talked about some desha, you explain it, and then go to the other desha also. So, Atidesha is extending, expanding. Evam sambandhukti. Evam यत्र यत्र ज्ञान कर्मणो प्रयोज्य प्रयोजक भावः तत्र सर्वत्र अयं न्यायः. Wherever there is a nimitta naimittika bhava between jnana and karma. So which is nimitta, which is naimittika? If jnana leads to karma, then that is nimitta. Meaning jnana is nimitta, karma is naimittika. If karma leads to jnana, which is the case of the Purva Pakshi, then karma is the nimitta and naimittika is jnana. But here both discussions are going on parallelly. Samuchaya has to be established. Which is pradhana, which is gauna, is not the issue for the Purvamamsaka yet. He has brought it about. First, what you say, can we be together? See, for example, I want to boss over someone. Okay. If I want to boss over someone, we have seen this in jobs. It does happen. You want to work independently. You have been given some independent work. Somebody wants to take over your work. So what is he going to do? First, he'll say, let's do it together. Okay, so somehow he'll enter the project. Let's do it together. Then what will he do? First he'll not say, let's do it together. He may say, I can assist you. So he'll come in and assist you. Then he'll say, okay, let's share the work. Sama pradhana. First he is what? He is gauna, you are pradhana. Then slowly he'll push you down, and then once is sama, then he'll become pradhana and you are put down, you will become gauna. So Purva Pakshi's idea is this. Somehow you agree samuchaya. Okay, let jnana be pradhana. Can karma be gauna? Some role of karma. Say okay. Then he'll say, okay, sama pradhanatva. Both work together. Then finally he'll say karma is pradhana, jnana is gauna. There is a fourth step also. He'll say, if jnana and karma is doing all the work, why do I need you? In the end, what is he going to do? Somebody who has become pradhana, you have become gauna, he knows it's a 1% task. Why do I need you? You can look for some other job. So you're done. So karma is like that. Karma will take over, and then Purvamamsaka's darshana is like that. He wants to say that vijnana is not pradhana. In the end, he'll say, okay, it is there because it is leading to karma. But then he says, finally, what? Karma itself can give moksha also. No, your atmajnana and all is not needed. Karma jnana is needed. Atmajnana is not needed. Atmajnana is arthavada. I know that I am the karta, then after that I don't need it. And if I already know it, I don't need you to tell me. I don't need Upanishad to tell me what I am. It is just praising me. I am interested to do karma anyway. So you tell someone, oh, you do excellent work. So what is the other person saying? I am anyway doing the work. I don't need your praise, right? I am not doing for your praise. I do it anyway. So this is the case of karma. Evam yatra yatra jnana karmano prayojya prayojaka bhava tatra sarvatrayam nyaya. And Tikakara says what? Yatha choradhiya, evam atmajnanasya punah karma pravrittu prayojya prayojaka bhava abhavat na tena samuchayati sadrushtantam aha. So wherever prayojya prayojaka bhava is there, tatra sarvatrayam nyaya. So is there prayojya prayojaka bhava in your jnatva karma kurvita? So what was karmani kurvita? Jnatva karmani kurvita, having known something, you do it. Or yadeva vidya karoti, there also. Whatever one does with knowledge, that is superior. That gives better result. There, is there prayojya prayojaka bhava or not? Sorry, my internet is a little slow here. Is it okay? Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes. Yes,
Is it
Swamiji.
broken? Voice is broken, is it?
But it is little bit broken. It is
Broken.
broken actually. Yeah.
Okay, let me switch off the video.
Maybe video can be switched off.
Yeah, I'll switch off the video. There is a.
I was stopping the video frequently. The
Yeah.
voice
Is it
is
better?
breaking continuously.
Is it
I will
any
stop
better?
the video by video. Yeah, now it's better.
Okay. So, okay. So let's move on. So here he says, is there prayojaka bhava between vidya and karma in yadev vidya karoti? And is there prayojaka bhava between nyatva karmani kurvita? There is. If there is, then the same nyaya will apply. What is that nyaya? There is a bhranti. There is a bhranti there. So, kim nyatva, whatever you know yourself, before that there is an assumption as to, before doing karma, there is an assumption that you are a karta. There is karma separately to be done by you, and there is a phala to be attained. So, this assumption precedes, and that lyabanta kriya, the kriya ending with lyabanta, you cannot see. Adhyaropana has already taken place. That is the first kriya. Once that is done, that adhyaropana kriya is done, then alone all this vidya, yadeva vidya karoti nyatva karmani kurvita. Even before this nyatva tva pratyaya, there is a tva lep activity going on. What is it? Adhyaropana. That has already taken place. Therefore, this nyaya works there also. इत्यादौ अपि अयमेव न्यायः इति अतिदिशति एवमिति. And then आत्मज्ञानस्य पुनः कर्म प्रवृत्तौ प्रयोज्य प्रयोजक भाव अभावात्. If the Purvapakshi were to ask, what about your case, sir? In your case also, your darshana is also like that, isn't it? He says, no. Atmajnana and karma cannot have samuchaya at all. Karmajnana can have samuchaya with karma, because both are due to bhranti preceding. Atmajnana is not like that. Atmajnana is one that has removed bhranti. So he said, Atmajnanasya punaha karma pravruttau prayojya prayojaka bhava abhavat. Prayojya prayojaka bhava abhavat means what? There is no prayojya prayojaka sambandha. Sambandha bhavat. Neither Atmajnana is prayojaka and karma is prayojya. Meaning Atmajnana is not the nimitta hetu for pravrutti in karma. And karma pravrutti cannot bring in Atmajnana. Karma pravrutti is also, you keep on doing karma, you will not get jnana. Therefore, there is no prayojya prayojaka bhava either way between karma and jnana. And due to the absence of such sambandha, tena, tat, meaning prayojya prayojaka bhava, tena samuchaya na tena samuchaya iti sadrishtantam aha yatratviti. There is no possibility of samuchaya. Tena kena atmajnana jnanena karmanaha samuchaya na. There is no possibility of atmajnana and karma being together, whether it is samapradhana or pradhana gauna as karma as pradhana, or jnana pradhana and karma as gauna. There is no permutation combination possible at all. Iti sadrishtantama sabhavri drishtantena sah aha what yatratva iti the sambandhokti continues. So Bhagavan Sureshwaracharya says yatra tu na samakalam napi kramena upapadyate samuchayah. So where is it possible? Where is it not possible? He has already mentioned where it is possible. Where it is not possible, that case is pending. He says yatra tu samakalam atmajnanasya karmana sa samakalam samuchaya na upapadyate na api kramena samuchaya upapadyate. Where they cannot be together at all. Like what? Snake and mongoose, or we have seen what? Lion and the sheep. They cannot be together. Samakalam. Or kramena api na upapadyate. Kramena means what? The in sequence also. Or in kramena you can take as pradhana gauna bhavena. Saha vishaya uchyate. What is that case? That case is being mentioned. स्थाणो सतत्व विज्ञानम यथानांगम पलायने आत्मनस्तत्व विज्ञानम तद्वन्नांगम क्रियाविधौ. So स्थाणो सतत्व विज्ञानम तत्वेन सह विज्ञानम. Satatva is also what? It is sabhavri. Along with the tattva, reality of sthanu, jnana, vijnanam. In the case of sthanu purusha, if the sthanu is seen as purusha chaura, then it becomes anga for, meaning there is prayojya prayojaka bhava, anga angi bhava is there. It becomes hetu for running away. But in the same case, when you are seeing sthanu as sthanu, not as purusha, same example is used. When you say not example, same, same, you can say example only. What? Same example, put it differently. Meaning in the same sthala, there is a difference. Meaning, avastha is different. Sthanu, purusha staleva, but jnana has taken place. Where sthanu is not seen as chaura purusha, but seen as sthanu. Yathartha jnana has taken place. So, sthanoh satatva vijnanam. Tatvena saha, sthanoh sthanutva tattvam. Tattvam kim? Sthanutvam eva tattvam. Sthanoh tattvam kim? Sthanu is seen as sthanutvam. See, this is a little tricky in the sense that in Tarka, if you have not studied Tarka, Tarkika says when you see Gau, Gotva. So when you say Gau, well, let's say Ghata example, let's say, or Gau itself. The example is Gau. It's very nice, the child asks the father, looking at a cow, what is this? First time he has seen a cow, and the father says it is Go, cow. See, cow also sounds like go. So corrupted ga has become cow in English. So because that's why I write cow. See, you write C-O-W, you pronounce it cow. Where is that U and all that, So you have W are there. So cow, just a thought. So he sees this Gomata and says, what? What is this? He says, this is a cow. Now, same day or another day, he has shown a white cow, let's say. And while going to the market or something, the kid has tagged along the father. And then he sees another cow, which is brown in color. He looks at her and says, oh, look at that. Look at the cow. How does he know that cow? So we don't think about these things. When you look at it, the color is different. Child, when he saw the cow first time, how does he recognize another cow? When you look at a particular, member of the species, how do you know other members of the species? If you look at it, we should not know, right? We know one thing. How do we extend? How do we do atidesha to every other member of other species? The size is different. The color is different. So many things are different, but there is something which is common, which we know as cow. So the Tarkika says, how do you know a cow? When the first time the kid saw the cow and was told that she's a cow, that time the kid did not see only the cow. He saw the cowness of the cow. That is Satatvam. He saw Gotva. So Tarkika has a niyama. Yeneva indriyena yad griyate teneva indriyena tadbhava tadabhavascha griyate. So tad dharma. So when you see something like this, there's a phrase like that. So whichever chakshurindriya, so here chakshurindriya, from chakshurindriya, through the chakshurindriya, the cow is seen. If the cow is not there also, the go abhava is also seen by the same chakshurindriya, and the gotva dharma is also seen by the same indriya. And they say that first time when we see anything, when we know something, jnanotpatti is like this. We know the gotva when we know the go. And this gotva is in each and every go. The cowness is in each and every cow. That's why the kid was able to identify the second cow, third cow, and so on, because he knows cowness now. What is this cowness? He says, how did he know this cowness? So the Tarkika will say, there is some alaukika sannikarsha. The eye's chakshurindriya is connected with the cow, which is in the front of the eye, but with the gotva of all the cows, it is connected in some manner. So he'll call it some alaukika, some way it is getting connected. So it's gets more and more technical there as to how. So here satatvam can be seen this manner. Stanoho satatvam kim. Satatvam is what? Along with the tattva. What is that tattva? Tattva is there. Tat means stanu, and tva is bhava. Therefore, what if stanu is tat, then tattva is what? Stanutvam. So satatvam means what? Sastanutvam. That's what it will mean. Stanoho satatvam kim? Stanutvam eva. Ghatasya satatvam kim? Ghatatvam. Tattvam is ghatatvam. Satatvam means along with that. So sa can also be seen as, it's along with, or it can be seen because Tarkika says that along with that you see go also and go to also. So this is how we understand everything. This is his explanation. We don't mind this explanation. So here you can reuse it. Stanoho satatvam means what? Stanoho stanutvam. Along with it, stanutvam, vijnanam, and satatvasya vijnanam. Satatva vijnanam shashti tatpurusha. So stanu satatva vijnanam is what? Stanu along with stanutvam means what? Stanu as stanu. Yathartha jnana. Prama. So yatha prama. Stanoho prama. That's the meaning. Stanoho yathartha jnanam ityartha. Satatva vijnanam is yathartha jnanam prama. The way stanu, valid knowledge. Yatha palayane angam na bhavati. I don't know whether I did padacheda. I'll do it. Stanoho satatva vijnanam yatha na angam palayane atmanaha tattva vijnanam tadvat na angam kriyavidau. So yatha stanoho satatva vijnanam palayane angam na bhavati. Palayane is what? Palayane saptami. Saptami ekvachana. Ludanta, in running away, towards running away, how knowledge of stanu as stanu is not anga. He is not anga means he is not nimitta. It is not nimitta. Tadvat. So yatha and tadvat. So some shaili is there. We see Bhagavan Sureshwaracharya has some shaili yatha tata. Instead of yatha tata, he prefers to use yatha and tadvat or yadvat and tatha. Whether it is a shaili or whether it fits the meter better, I don't have chandas knowledge, so it's not nicely built. So, but we have seen this multiple cases, so it's a bhuyo darshanena. So you say that yatra yatra dhuma tatra tattavanni. Tarkika will say bhuyo darshanena. Again and again, if you see such vyapti, so vyapti nirnaya takes place. You see sachara niyama, so sacharya niyama vyapti. You see more times, then it will set in. Oh, I've seen this yatha and tadvat. I've seen yadvat and tatha. So he uses this 2-3 times we have seen. So here we have shaili. Shaili is shaili is style. You can say shaili. It's a particular style, So shaili, that shila, the way you say shila also, so it's something related. It's a little common in other languages also. Shaili is a style, particular style. So there was a question, what is shaili? So he has this particular style, you see this is how he uses such prayoga shaili, you'll say. This is how he uses words. Okay, so tadvat what? Tadvat atmanah tattva kriyavidau angam na bhavati. Kriyavidau. See, atma jnana cannot be anga which will work. Kriyavidau in the sense, here it is pravrutyartha. Kriyavidau, for vidhi to work, for me to have pravrutti, engage in action, atma tattva vijnanam is not the nimitta. Why? It is opposite to it. He'll talk about it further. Why? Question of why has not been answered here. Again, such question will keep on coming up. Not that it has not been answered. One round of debate has, got over. Second round has started. Third round has started, and it will keep on going on till one of them gives up. Okay, you win. So, अच्छा भाई हाथ जोड़ते हम हार गए. So how is it? Either you don't have anything to say, or you accept it. So I'm just joking that gives up, but gives up because it is understood. Understood or completely refuted, you have nothing to say. You can't counter it. So this debate is going on saying that I'll come back tomorrow. I'll think over it. So that is all okay. We welcome that. So another round starts. But there is no there's no continuation of questioning and vitanda. That is not there. There is always, with pramana, it has to be discussed. So here, example has been given, and that example, same example has been reused as to how, when the bhranti is over, the same thing cannot continue. That's the idea. So that is the 61st verse in Mula. Whether there is anything, there's nothing in the Tika also. So 61st verse is done. 62nd has an introduction. Tikakara says, Pradhanatvina abhimata karma nivartakattvadapi na atmajnanam karmangam ityaha yasmad gunasyeti. Now he says there's a pradhana and gauna bhava. What about that? You are talking about samatva, pradhana gauna bhava. Nimitta naimittika you are discussing here. But what we are talking about is there is samasamuchaya or pradhana gauna bhava. What about that? So pradhanatvena abhimata karma nivartakattvadapi. What you think is pradhanatvena abhimata. Karma or jnana also you can take. Both ways, that has not been answered. This is what Purvapakshi thinks. It has not been answered. He says you are talking about the Chauradhi and then this Atmajnana, where Atmajnana takes place, it does not become Nimitta. But we are saying, what about the Atmajnana not leading to karma, but karma leading to Atmajnana, Mukti? What about that case? That is our primary focus area. So, Pradhanatvena Abhimata Karma Nivartakatvad. Abhimatam kim? Pradhanatvena kim abhimatam? Karma eva abhimatam. Karma is pradhana. For Purvamamsa, karma is pradhana. Although he agrees with you some way to say, okay, let's make jnana pradhana, finally his intention is to make karma pradhana. So he says, pradhanatvena abhimatam yat karma, tasya karmanaha pradhanatvena abhimatasya karmanaha nivartakatvad atmajnanasya. Atmajnana is nivartaka, which will remove that very karma which you think as pradhana. How can it be pradhana? Karma is already pre-concluded as pradhana by the darshanika. It has been already pre-concluded. Now this jnana, when it comes up, atmajnana, it uproots karma. How can karma remain? Let alone pradhana. Karma will not remain. Becoming pradhana and making atmajnana gauna for mukti, that kind of a scenario bahuduram. Not possible at all, impossible. It is not there at all. You consider it as pradhana, it is not pradhana, it is not there at all. Uprooted, nivartakatvad. Pradhanatvena yat abhimatam karma, tasya karmana nivartakatvad atmajnanam karmangam na bhavati. Iti aha. Atmajnana can never become anga to karma, because Atmajnana takes away karma. It cannot be together itself. They will not be there in the same locus, let alone becoming gauna to that. Thereby, sambandhokti asmad gunasyeti. Sambandhokti asmad gunasya etat swabhavyam. Swabhavasya bhava swabhavyam. What is the swabhava of Atma Guna? Sorry, not Atma Guna. I'm sorry. What is the swabhava of Guna? Can Atma have this kind of a swabhava to become Guna? Guna here is what? Guna is Gauna, secondary. So Gunasya, that which becomes secondary to Pradhana, primary, that has some kind of a swabhava. Meaning, see, you are hiring an assistant. Will you hire anyone? You will not hire anyone. You will interview. Why? Because you are looking for some kind of qualities. These are the qualities I am looking for. Qualifications, quality, qualifications, swabhava. Finally, what you are looking at, this kind of a person. So somebody comes for an interview, look at that person and say, oh, no, I mean, this swabhava is not right. Or you like the swabhava, he says, okay, other things we can train. Swabhava should be agreeable. So gunasya etat swabhavyam. Etat swabhavyam is a samasa, okay? You can say etat swabhavyam also, but samasa would be better. Esha swabhava yasya. That is what? Etat swabhava. And then, no, that is better to have separate. Otherwise, it will become aitat. It would have become aitat, like aitat atmyam. So it is separate. Etat is separate. Swabhavyam. Swabhavyam etat. This is the swabhava. This is swabhavyam means swabhavasya bhava, right? So you'll say guna has this kind of a swabhava. That's what it means. Yasmad. Because guna has particular kind of swabhava. What is this? An answer to प्रधानत्वेन अभिमत कर्म निवर्तकत्वादपि न आत्मज्ञानं कर्मांग विद्याः. Because, so this is conclusion. तस्माद् प्रधानत्वेन अभिमत कर्म निवर्तकत्वाद्, this is the hetu, right? न आत्मज्ञानं कर्मांग विद्याः, this is the hetu mat. Because jnana removes karma, therefore, but here what? Why is it that there can be no samuchya? Why can't there be pradhana gauna bhava? So yasmad gunasya, because guna has this kind of a swabhava. And that is not there in Atmajnana. Guna has some swabhava. Guna meaning secondary, to become subsidiary, there is some quality expected. Right? There is some quality expected. I believe I shifted down. I thought there won't be tea, but I've got tea here. Just give me one moment. So here, so guna has a particular kind of swabhava. And what is that swabhava? Which will not be there in, which will be shown to be not there in Atmajnana. So you say, Yasmad gunasya etat swabhavyam yadhi asyanurodhena swabhavam manuvartate tattasya gunabhutam syan pradhanat guno yatah. This is a very, very tricky verse, okay? The pada is very confusing. Without the teka, it can never be known. Almost never. I should say almost never, because it's such words you don't see easily. What appears as a vibhakti, it is not that vibhakti. So we'll see that. It's very nice, So very easy to make mistakes. So had I not seen the tika ahead, I would have 100, and not now. 2 days later, you ask me, I may make a mistake. Okay, because so much of sanskara of Panchami is there. This is not Panchami. Pradhanat is not Panchami. It is Prathama. Okay, so we'll see. Yat hi yasya anurodena swabhavam anuvartate tat tasya gunabhutam syat na pradhanat gunaha yataha. Anvaya is also tricky. So here, yasya anurodena yadhi swabhavam anuvartate. Yasya anurodena. So you see 2 yats. Multiple, when you have sarvanama, you struggle. If there are multiple sarvanamas in, 1/4 of the verse, more struggle. So for this, tarka, if tarka shaili is all like that, tarka style is always like that. So yanna evam tanna evam. First time you hear yanna yatna evam tat na evam. So you scratch your head and then you say, okay, I give up. I don't want to study tarka. Many people say, so it's very yanna evam tanna evam. What is not like this? It is not like that. Hey, what kind of tarka is it? What is not like what? And therefore, so there is a hetu hetumat also that has not been said. Yanna evam tanna evam. So what is not like this is not like that means whatever is not like this because it is not like this, therefore it is not like that. So when you use such statements, I mean, what are you? Because Tarkika has to have a template. He creates a template. All these statements are not templates. Sarvanama is used for template because it can be applied anywhere. So, I mean, we use this in other things, but here such constructs are tricky to hear. So, yat he, indeed, whatever is yasya anurodhena, whichever others. So, this yat and the second yat, yasya, they are different. So, this yat means what? Whatever you want as guna. So, you'll say A is pradhana, right? A is pradhana, B is gauna, let's say, right? Pradhana, first one, boss, yat. So this yat is what? Yat yasya is pradhana. Yasya anurodhena, in compliance. With compliance with A, if yat B goes on. So assistant B goes along with A in compliance. Anurodhena is in compliance, what do you say? With compliance also you can say with compliance. Yasya pradhanasya anurodhena yat kinchit he swabhavam anuvartate anurodhena with compliance follows the swabhava. So you say what? You tell the assistant, you look and learn. You see and learn. You see how I am doing it, comply with it, the rules which have been told to you, and then you follow. Anuvartate. So yat karma, whichever, X in question, okay? X in question, whether X is guna or not. Then in mathematical, you'll say X. Whether X will follow or not. So whether it will become subsidiary. So you say X. X is what? You are interviewing. Whether this will become second. You are inquiring. Interviewing is inquiring here. Yat X, yasya anurodhena yasya kasya pradhanasya. Pradhanasya anurodhena, in keeping with the pradhana, can it follow swabhavam anuvartate vanava? Will it follow? So if it follows, yat follows, tat is what? Tat is that same X that you are inquiring into whether it will become gauna. Tat tasya kasya tasya pradhanasya. Pradhanasya guna bhutam sya. Then it will become an assistant, subsidiary. Meaning what? Whatever, in this case, Atmajnana, the inquiry is whether Atmajnana will follow karma or not. If it follows the characteristics of karma, in keeping with the karma, it follows the characteristics, it does exactly whatever karma is doing, then it can go together as guna. Tat tasya guna bhutam syat. Then it can become a helper. Na what? Pradhanat guno yataha. This makes no sense if you read as Panchami. It is what? So we'll look at Pradhanam atti iti pradhanat. First case, Pradhanam atti. It is an upapada tatpurusha. Ada bhakshane. Adadi gana dhatu. Second gana dhatu. First dhatu is what? Ada bhakshane. That atti means eats, gobbles up. So yadhi pradhanam atti. So if you hire an assistant, there are many people, ashrams also are like that. Ashrams, they'll not, should not say it, but anyway, many people step out of the ashram. Why? Why step out? They are not even allowed. If they know you, they'll not allow you to come in. Some ashrams are there where you have entered and then they have threat. Oh, this fellow will become the boss. Then they want you to stay away. Other example, okay, one actually wants to gobble up. Others is here is, somebody who is stronger than the other will take away the king also, right? You are, that's how you Britishers have come in. That's how you all these, the invasion from all the invaders have come in by this idea only. So this is the thinking in ashrams also. If someone comes in, he is better qualified. It's an inferiority complex. It's okay if he is better qualified. It is good for the ashram. No. If he comes in, he'll replace me. So such competitive ideas are there in the company also, and ashrams are no different. Okay, they are made by the same people. When people say, "Oh, government, sab sarkar aisa hai," government is like that. Hey, government is in democracy. It is made by you, people like you and me. So you and I, because see, I am not saying that everyone is like that. In government, everyone may be like that. One may say a statement. Masses are like that, but they are from the same people. If the people have compromised their values at large, then the best among them also will be only so much. So, and unfortunately, the best of them are not getting elected, right? It's not that the best are getting elected. Those who are helping the masses to remain without values, they are the ones who will get elected. That's the niyama, prakriti niyama. So here, when you say ashrams also are like that, because people are like that, so people have gone to ashram, ashrams will also be like that. That's why people and ashram were separated out earlier. Somebody in Kailash ashram told me just an incident off the topic, but very interesting. Somebody said, there were some history books of Kailash ashram. Kailash ashram is somewhere where even Swami Vivekananda had studied. Okay, it's a 120 odd years old ashram. 120, 130. Here, when the initial some Mahamandaleshwar was there in the ashram there, Gangaji was very close there that time. And then it was kind of a jungle area otherwise. Only some kutiyas and some, not even a full-fledged ashram. That Mahamandaleshwar had written to the official authorities that look at this, in Munikireti, Sadhu places, some grahasthas have come and constructed the house. So grahasthas and sadhus were separate. Today sadhus stay with grahasthas. Stay with grahasthas. Grahasthas stay with sadhus. All mix up is there. Generally, the demarcation of ashrama was there. And it was not only that kind of separation. The separation was with a word, this thing, what third ashrama? Third ashrama is what? Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha is almost gone. There is no vana itself. Almost very less vana. So Vanaprastha is not there. Anyway, so that's an aside. So here, why? Because Pradhanat Gunaha Yatha. Pradhanat, why? Because Pradhana Gunaha Yatha Yasmat Karanat Gunaha Pradhanam Atti. It gobbles of Pradhana. So in the ashram, someone comes in, he gobbles of the Mahamandaleshwar. So, or Acharya or whoever it is, they're scared. And it is valid. I'm not saying you should see from there, you should put yourself in their shoes also. Atma upamminna. So you should see how, they have fear. It's okay. Somebody may have done it. Somebody can do it. Just because you don't do it does not mean that, he should not treat you any different. He'll also see you with suspicion only. Oh, you have come to gobble him up. So Atmajnana and karma cannot go together. Why? I have given it a negative example. You consider as Vyatireka. So here, Gunaha Yasmat Karanat Pradhanam Atti. Therefore, what? Na Gunabhutam Syat. Gunaha Yataha Gunaha Pradhanam Atti. Therefore, what? Gunabhutam na syat. This na will connect on the right side. So, yadhi yasya anurodena swabhavam anuvartate tat tasya gunabhutam syat, as it is, no anvaya change. Gunaha pradhanat yataha, then you have to subtract na gunabhutam syat tasya. Yaha gunaha yataha gunaha, or you say yataha gunaha pradhanat bhavati pradhanam atti. Therefore, what? Tat tasya gunabhutam na syat. This is the anvaya. If at all the guna is such that it is going to eat pradhana up, then where is the pradhana to do samuchaya with? So if you think karma is pradhana, guna is what atmajnana. Atmajnana, guna will come in and it will take away pradhana. It will eat away karma. It will destroy karma because it will uproot the ajnana which leads to karma. Then where is the samuchaya possible? Forget guna bhava, forget jnana, atmajnana becoming subsidiary to karma. It is going to uproot karma, not only karma, karma's father also. Karma's mother, father, parent, it's ajnana, it is going to uproot. So if some acharya is scared that you will go and take his place, the acharya, that fellow is going to take up the acharya, the main ashram head itself. So who made this fellow acharya? So such things are possible. Just give an example there. So it drives home the point. Okay, so we'll look at more in the next part. I didn't see the time. Okay. What is the Mangalacharana? Yat sakshat satchidanandam pratyagadyam akriyam tannamami nrusyasya yogi gamyam param padam. Namaste, dhanyavad. Any question? No.
धन्यवाद।